everyone. Hope everyone here can hear things alright. I don't know how well the audio mixing is going. If it ever mutes like that, that usually just means that I've tabbed out into somewhere. Hello there, Ellie. Okay, so we are live. That's good. Is the audio fine, or is the game too loud or too quiet? It feels a bit loud for me, actually. Although that could also just be my headphones. Let me know if the music is too deafening or anything. Seems fine now? Okay. So, I guess we'll just jump straight into it. If anyone doesn't know what this is basically it's a CRPG, computer RPG. It is a copy of basically the Pathfinder tabletop role-playing game, which I do not have the time to go into now. And essentially we will be fighting back demons that are invading the world. So let's go. Okay, so this is the main story. Join the struggle against the World Wound, the epic war between Golarion and the Abyss that has raged for more than 100 years. Golarion is the planet. Very funny, Ellie. But Golarion is the planet that Pathfinder is set on. Up to now, the Crusader armies barely managed to curb the overwhelming enemy forces, but not for much longer. The Demon Lords are preparing to strike a decisive blow. You will have to harness mythic powers, take command of the 5th Crusade, and lead it against the demonic hordes. So I'm assuming this would be where DLC stuff would go, because I know that this is where they went, where you would select them in the first one that they released, Pathfinder Kingmaker. What do you want me to teach you? What do you need to teach you? You know what a tabletop is. You've played tabletop. You big nerd. Let's see, I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same as the difficulty selection for the prior game. I'll just quickly fiddle with this a little bit. Auto level up. Off. We'll leave that off for now. Enemy stat adjustment seems fine. I'll leave you on normal. Okay, we're good there. What is it? You're an idiot. You know exactly what a table is. You're a table. Okay. So it seems they've got their own little pre-made characters now. So they've got a half-elf cavalier, which I think is basically like a knight sort of thing. Yeah, riding from horseback, charging across the battlefield. Shut up, Ellie. Such a moron. There's this one, which is an Oread cleric. I believe Oreads are part elemental? No, that's Genassis. I can't remember what Oread is. Oh well, either way. So, you could be a human fighter, which is obviously quite relatively basic, bash stuff in the head. There's a gnome rogue, sneak attack, picking. I like that they've done the little difficulty breakdowns. No, don't cry. It's okay. You can yell about a table if you really want to. Spam my chat already. You're the only one in there, so it's fine. Is this Tiefling Slayer? Oh, Slayer's one of the hybrid classes, I believe. I think they're Fighter Ranger or something. Or there is a Human Sorcerer, which is just pewing people with magic, really. But I think we'll make our own custom character. So, let's see. I'm going to pick We'll make our own custom one. I'm going to pick a portrait first. There are definitely a lot of options. Okay, so these are all okay, it seems they've got some new ones for Wrath of the Righteous. I remember these are all of the default portraits from Kingmaker, their last game, which Nice that they're using them. And then they've given you all the ones of the characters from the last game, which is interesting, because I'm pretty sure that these are... Oh, or is this when they reveal that they're two different people? I think so. So yep, so these would be all the companions and advisors and other characters. In lots of different states as well. Yeah, that's Armak. I vaguely remember who that was. That's the Stag Lord, isn't it? Yeah, those are the weird faceless ones. But yes, these were all ones from there. I think we can just probably safely pick a random one at this point, because I'm still not sure what class we want to go. I don't know if you remember the different mythics and such, Ellie? Not live yet. Oh. Very funny, thank you, Deadly. But thank you for pointing that out. Not too bad, thanks. Not too bad. How are you? Blair? Oh no, what's wrong? Yeah, no, I forget to do that far too many times. What's going wrong, Dudley? I don't know, we'll pick a class first, then we'll just pick a random one, and then... Oh, I forgot just how many of these there are. So we've got all these obvious ones. I think... just a rough day. Yeah. Does suck. Hopefully the rest will be better though. You know, still got tomorrow, still got the rest of the day. You have some fun with that. But I definitely know how you feel. Just having a less, just generally less enjoyable day. So we could go for a druid, because I think the latest update for the game introduced dinosaurs as options for animal companions, and obviously, as you can see, the druid has they can bond to a specific animal companion who will carry along with you. Oh, okay. You're waiting for a podcast to start. Oh, I see. So you basically that's what you're waiting for in the day, and you're not really sure what to do with yourself up to then. I definitely get that. Well, you're more than welcome to hang out here until that starts if you want. That'd be enjoyable. Yeah, okay, so a lot of summon spamming and wild shaping. Okay. Okay, the Blight Druid, they're the weird... basically being evil and decay, tracking down, diverting, and slaying Fey threats. What does this change? Fey Speaker is the one that I quite liked, which is all about primarily because I believe prohibited or not. Interesting. I believe this one changes your spellcasting to charisma based. Although honestly it's not quite showing me the full, maybe details will help. There we go, okay. Doesn't know how big the sword is. Well, I mean, I could go for a big sword-swinging character. Be a barbarian. Well, there's a ludicrous amount. There's barbarian, which will obviously start you with a big weapon. That's just the outfit, actually, there. You've got an armoured barbarian, which is rare. There is... Oh, they don't have it in this one. I thought they had it in the last one. Oh well. There is actually a version of the barbarian which is deliberately about the idea of using weapons that are too big for you. But then also have the Blood Rager, which is barbarian with magic. Possibly. I've mentioned a couple, I'm not sure. It's definitely similar to D&D. D&D is a decent reference point for the game. Not a perfect one, but certainly it's... Yeah, no, it's there's definitely a lot. There's the Scald, I think, which I think is barbarian and bard, even. I can't quite remember. Yeah, their cost abilities. Oh, they've actually put that in there now. That's nice. That's good. Before they didn't have, definitely in the last game and in the, because I played the alpha version of this game before, they didn't have any particularly easy way to see what you'd cast spells with, which was more than a little irritating, to be honest. So this one would give you inspired, yes, rage. There you go. Ah, okay. So basically, the scowl can make everyone else rage. Something in a specific category class-wise. Well, I had the idea of being a druid and trying out the dinosaur companions because I think they look cool. And I think so. One big thing about this game is you don't just level up your class. You will also eventually get a mythic class, which is basically a advanced, more powerful addition on top of what you are, and there's I think 6 different types at the moment, and one of the ones I was tempted in trying out is the Azata, where you get a little dragon companion, and it basically makes you kind of a super bard, but I'm not sure Beast Tamer. Okay, so they get spontaneous summoning, they're still charisma, they get the cantrips, they detect magic, they get inspire courage, bardic knowledge, augment summoning, bard talents. Do they get an animal companion? No, it seems not. If you have a base bard. So Beast Tamer adds, bloody shitload of stuff, okay. So you get a bunch of upgrades to Summoning Nature's Ally, which is the sort of spontaneous. Yeah, dinos are good fun. I'm trying to find. I've played a druid once before. There was one of the DLC packs for the first game in this. Let you basically make a custom 4-party, like 4-character party, which it was designed to allow you to do that. And I had a druid for that one, and they were interesting. Honestly, the druid itself was less useful than the animal companion it came with, but that may just have been more me being shit at the game. So we could go for the druid. We've got I think the Fey Speaker. What's the Drovid? Interesting. So Fey Speaker is one that I'm interested in because its specific ability lets you go for charisma instead of wisdom to casting. I didn't play a druid as my main character. I basically had like a shitty backup druid. And I think so we could yeah exactly. It was one where, so obviously with this one well, in each of the titles you can make other backup mercenary characters, like you pay a chunk of gold and you can just completely design them from the ground up. But most people, and what I will do, hey, hello there. But what I would do is stick with the companions that the game gives you because they're just more interesting to play with. But yeah, so what I basically had was a shitty homemade scrap together druid for the last one. I believe the ranger gets their own animal companion. Although that might have to be a feat. Oh no, you do get Hunter's Bond. Yes, that's it. Hunter's Bond at 4th level. Which, yeah, they're a little bit weird, and you have to do your own odd stuff. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to be an actual Oread, but yeah, definitely. That's very, very easy to do. In fact, so the very first game I have played, I played as a sorcerer who was specifically spec'd into fire magic, and I would use a specific fire spell every level, and I went for a weird multi-class thing that made you a proper draconic sorcerer that eventually could turn into a dragon and everything. And it's very, very easy to have a sorcerer that specialises in fire magic if you want to do that. A sorcerer would be the best for that, and then there's a number of feats that can improve fire magic, and you can take specific spells. And one thing that is actually particularly cool about this game is one of the normal restrictions of fire damage, especially in a campaign this focused against fighting demons, is that the demons will just be like, yeah, fuck you, to fire damage, right? They'll resist a lot of it. But a big thing this game does with the mythic levels is some of the mythic feats that you can take will let you completely bypass their immunity to fire damage, which is pretty good. But yes, yeah, the sorcerer does... I don't think it has an archetype specifically great at it, but it definitely is pretty decent. Huh, okay, we could actually be a sorcerer with an animal companion. Yeah, with a Triceratops or a Velociraptor, if we wanted. Or animal companion continue. That is definitely interesting. So yeah, we could be a sorcerer with one. Yep, with a little Velociraptor. Or we could be a druid with one. I think sorcerer is going to be a lot more shooting people in the head with magic. You tend to be a bit more damaging. Or we can go for the standard a druid, which I believe... Can you be a dwarf barbarian riding a dinosaur? Probably? That's Beastkin, where you become an animal. Let me see. Where's a mad dog? You can definitely be a barbarian with an animal companion. I think the Blood Rager has... Yes, one of them can have a mount as a Blood Rider. Because mounted combat is a big thing that they put into this game. I think anyone can have a mount? I'm not completely sure how you work the mount, but some of it's a bit odd. There is a bug at the moment where the only animal companion you can ride is a Smilodon, which is a big lizard. So I don't know exactly how that will work, but definitely it's possible in normal Pathfinder to ride a dinosaur. In fact, I think there's even specific source books where they do. There's even the Cavalier, which is all about riding specific creatures. Which is, like, yeah, the Cavalier is very much about mounted combat and everything. But I think it'll either be a Fey Speaker Druid for charisma based, or the Sylvan Sorcerer. I have played a Sorcerer before, so I might go for the Fey Speaker Druid. In which case, I think we will change our race. What do we want to be? Well, of all our options, we have human, which is, you know, standard basic human. You've got the elves, a dwarf, a gnome, halfling, half elf, half orc, Aasimar, which is half angel basically, tiefling, half devil, an Oread. Yeah, they are half elemental, or part elemental at least. You can be a Dampier, which is a half vampire, or you can be a Kitsune, which is the fox, obviously. What do they do? They have undead resistances. Resist level drain. Take no penalties from energy drain effects. Jesus Christ, that's strong. Oh, okay, that's interesting. It's a pretty big trade-off. So you basically count as undead. Wet vampire? I'm sorry? Towards dwarf or Aasimar? Yes, I think dwarf is not ideal for a sorcerer, but Aasimar is definitely one I'm tempted by. Especially because you can do a lot to change up how they work. Although we could have a look at the dwarf. A big dwarf sorcerer. A Dampier is a wet vampire. Oh, very funny. Very good. Elf? What do you mean elf? Those are the elves? What's the question? Just have the background selection. Oh, they actually have backgrounds now. That's interesting. But yes, I don't remember what Dwarf does for your stats. I think Dwarf actually gives you a negative to stats, which is not ideal. A good question. What class skills do we have? We don't even have persuasion. That's not ideal. You want me to be an elf? Yeah, elves are a bit ludicrously tall. I could be an elf. This female looks a bit less like a genetic abomination. Let's see if we can find a good portrait first. Actually, go back to the portraits now. See if we can't find a good one on here. What would be good for a druid? Go for the absolute psychopath sorcerer, which has always been a favourite of mine. They look good. I don't think the elves look good. The male one definitely doesn't. Looks weird. That one's not terrible. I mean, we could get a custom one, but then we'd be here for 2 years trying to find a good one. Beef Vorticon, with that eye. That one works okay, I think. That's the Oread. I mean, the female elf looks a bit better. The male elf looks like a little spaghetti noodle man. We'll see. They give a bonus to Dex and Int, I think. I don't know why it's not listed here. It's a bit odd. Either way, the background selection. Persuasion and trickery. Yeah, if we go to our... Yeah, okay, so they get a plus to Dex and Int, but a minus to Con as an elf. The one with the glowing orb. With the stats they give. The stats they give are... So Int is... The only real thing that'll matter is skill points. For our class. Which one's the one with the glowing orb? Sorry, what are you talking about? You're talking about... Glowing orb? Who has the glowing orb? What are you on about? Which one's the one with the glowing orb? Oh, that one. Yeah, we could go for that one. So, yeah, the races, the elf stats are not bad. There's a fox. Yes, there is the kitsune. The little fox people. I think they can even turn into a human and a fox, I think. They have a bunch of weird stuff that they can specifically do. Yes, they have their own heritages. Keen heritage or Kitsune heritage. Honestly, they're actually weirdly good at They actually have pretty decent stats. You're now fighting over whether or not Ellie wants to be a kitsune. We could be the edgy vampires. Or the weird elemental people who look a bit dopey, to be honest. Eat your food and say, no, it's okay. Oh dear lord, they're chunky, aren't they? Christ, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know if we want to go for the courtier, because we do want... well, we're going to dump all our points into charisma. It's already a given. Be a kick-ass woman. We could do. You'd be an elf. Half elves get the can get a bonus to charisma, which is nice. They do also get the skill focus feat, which I do quite like. Is there also the ASMR? I mean, let's be honest, Deadly, that does sound like you. God, I'll be saying it for 2 years before I figure out what I want to play. What kind of damp it again? Oh, good lord, they've quite a few. Okay, so these are just different types of vampire, I suppose. Well, they are... Other than the weird inability to heal themselves, they are surprisingly good at this. An edgy vampire face speaker druid. Or we just go for the standard elf, but elves are a bit dull. You already have an acid affinity. I've never heard of that one before. You know what? We'll not go for elf, we'll go for half elf, because that way we can get some nice stats that we want. We'll go for courtier just to get the persuasion and trickery. Well, problem I have is I want Wanderer Nomad, because that will give me, well, I already have Law Nature, but it'll give me the bonus to my, well, it's just a flat +3, it's not actually that useful. So I might go for Noble Courtier to get persuasion and trickery. I assume I don't really have Knowledge World. I do. Hello. Oh dear. Yes? What did you want to say? Lovely. I did not know that. Thank you so much for that contribution. You bloody moron. Let's see, what do I want to put other points into con? Yeah, there we go. It's an okay stat distribution, I suppose. Some nice hit points and defences. Yes, sadly you do always have to. But alright, we'll stick with this one. We've got some nice, decent skills. Good. Portrait. So, if we take up Persuasion, just because we'll be doing a lot of talking to people anyway, and it's good to have that bonus with our class skill. Well, I mean, you know, if that's how you feel, then if I'm just that boring, fine. You bitch. So, we could buff our whiz, give us a nice... Drop our con, give us a little bonus there. Completely mangle our stat distribution, why not? Some points of perception, and I think law nature. Which, given we only really want these ones, if we dump 2 points out of that, we could put another point into wisdom. It's a nice little buff to wisdom. Also means that our saves will be quite nice. Absorb some of your wisdom. A whamman, that's how it works. I'm sure it does. So now we have. Oh yes, we get a free skill bonus. So that's from our race. We can put it in persuasion, which is nice. Which I'm just going to double down on, given that we're going to become the commander of the Crusades. Oh, now I have to pick a feat. Jesus. Let's see, we've got a couple of options. But I think we'll stick with spell focus, which is nice, which just makes it a lot harder to resist our spells. I think what I'm going to do is just pick a random one, just the evocation that's blowing people up, and then we'll see what spells we get somewhere. I don't actually know where it can see our spells. Well, we don't really actually want that one. Enchantment's nice, but conjuration, maybe? It's difficult to say a bit. So, we'll go for the animal companion. We have the options of bear, boar, dog. Well, we all know we're here for the dinosaurs. Do we want a velociraptor or a triceratops, though? So it seems like the velociraptor is going to be tankier. But yeah, so it seems the triceratops seems to be a big tanky chunk boy. Nicer defensive stats, better AC. But then the velociraptor seems like it's just going to rip things apart. Become large at 7th. Question is, do we want it as a tank or just to massacre things? We'll try the velociraptor. We can go for atheism as our deity. Decide fuck the gods. No. Got Rover Gug. We can become a follower of... So, this is something they've added a lot more of in this version of the game. In the first game there was very, very little of this, but they've added a lot more reactivity to the game, and a lot more of what you pick will be brought up by other characters in the world, which is quite nice. Can I not see what spells I would get? It's a bit weird. Let's go for Erastil, I think. Who I believe is the human hunting god? Well, there could be more. Let's have a bit more of a look. Gosra is a dualistic deity of nature, a god of the storm and sky, and a goddess of the wave and surf. Interesting. Gorm, who I think is about battle? Is that the orc one? I think so. Can't remember. Desna, who's the dreamer. All about luck and everything. Avatar's law. Wash Asmodeus once we fight the demons. You know what? Let's just go for atheism. We'll stick with that one. We'll go for alignment. I think we'll go for a... Oh, I can only be neutral. Well, I guess we'll go neutral good then. So now we can pick our appearance. Let's try and make it match up to the portrait as much as we can. Let's squint in here and see what we're working with. Then we'll go with that one. Maybe a nice softly pale face. What was the hair we had? Okay, so flowing down there properly. I'll go for that one, I think it fits well enough. See if we can't quite get the right hair colour. That's close enough. Primary colours, we'll go for some greens and browns. I think fits well enough. I think, what is this? Oh, there we go. Just changing that. So we want something a bit lighter there. Let's go for maybe a lighter. Yeah, there we go. That looks nice. Nice little druid.
Mere flesh wound.
I'll take care of it.
It's very quiet.
Our path leads on.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
A trivial task.
This doesn't suit me. Let us be careful.
Adventures are exciting.
We'll go for carefree. Why not? To give her a name at some point. I'm still not entirely sure. Given we don't know, given we can't seem to see what spells we're not quite going to go for spell focus, then we'll try and find something else. Dodge is a nice one, which gives us a benefit to AC. Let's take a bit more of a peek through it, shall we? You know, we'll go for dodge. Nice simple one. Won't screw us over if we pick the wrong option. Now we just have to pick up a name. For standard birthday, what name? What name do we want? Oh, we can generate. Eslana. I like that actually. We'll go for Eslana. And this is our result. So entangle is... Okay. Here we can see our spells. We've got entangle... Summon Exile. We've got Stone Fist, which I think makes us punch things nicely. Magic Fang is the one that will buff our pet when we cast it on them. Snowball Ray is sickening. It's more of a debuff. We've got that one. We've got Long Strider, that's a buff. We've got Fire Belly. You know what, we'll turn it out for Transmutation. I like the idea of Entangle, and that's quite fun. Plus we can always take out the spell focuses later. There we go, we'll go for that one. So let's see the results. Inspire rate, oh yes, that's how that one works. Well there we go, that should hopefully be a pretty decent build, and we won't get 2 minutes in and decide to play something else. So let's give it a go. I think it will chuck us into a cutscene, but I'm not quite sure. There's my little velociraptor.
Hey, somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't she be carted off somewhere else like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
Oh.
Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to her? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to her?
Demons, Prelate. We found her barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
The walls, you say? The enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. We must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right. We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take her weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by
What
the
a
rules.
dickhead.
She
He's
can
just
get her
stealing my
things back
weapons
after
now.
the festival. O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy, heal her wounds.
Healed me a tiny bit, and I lost my ever-burning torch for some reason.
You will have water as soon as we heal your wounds. My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there! Yes, you! Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful! Go and get Terendelev!
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
Stealing all my items.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Be quick about it before it's too late! Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
I'm just a traveller. I think because we went for the... Oh no, we didn't go for the Wanderer background, did we?
And how am I to know that you're not a demon spy?
He thinks I'm a
Or
demon.
worse?
That's interesting.
My dear Prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor woman. She has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of her.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that, so I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed she was wounded near Canabris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of the city.
I see. So basically they're worried that the demons are attacking because we got attacked by some nearby. Makes sense, I suppose.
Pry loose the
There we
grudging
go.
grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death. There. I accept your thanks, but my work is not yet done.
And why I got one of the scales.
My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of the city. You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust. Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk.
Everyone can hear the dialogue, all right?
I would hamper the festivities if
it
I
loud
tried
enough?
to attend in my true form. I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have certainly, but be careful. I've managed to get you back on your feet, but do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, Protector of Canabras. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Okay, that's good to hear that. Sample the festival drink. Oh, everything's gone black. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can move around. Me and my bear. Who I can level up. Okay, I can only give them that one. Okay. Interesting. So I can level up. I can give my animal companion its own levels and feats. Curious. So Bully is Trip, Bull Rush. Daredevil is very graceful. I'll see details and see what else it'll give me. I give us evasion. Oh well, it'll all gain evasion. Okay. Bullying, Thrill. So they're more about Bull Rush, Overrun, or Trip, which are all combat maneuvers in Pathfinder, which are like special attacks you can do that do different things, like knock people down or trip them over, or whatever. I believe Bull Rush, yeah, is shoving them back. Death Touched. Okay, so they're partly undead then. Oh, and that gives them negative energy affinity. Racer makes them very fast. Okay, so that just makes them very fast. Wrecker. Okay, so these are all about... Oh, okay, so we'll do the Sunder Armor. That one is definitely not bad. I think we'll go for... Do we want Racer? Yeah, we can have him rush to the back line, take out casters. That sounds decent. Racer sounds good. Okay, we can give it skills. We can give it mobility, I think that'll be useful. Probably stealth as well. Have to sneak forwards. It's got some high dex. Give it a feat. Give it weapon finesse. Actually, that's probably pretty useful. Weapon finesse will let it attack with dexterity instead of strength. Which I believe all of its unarmed attacks count as that. Should we give our definitely a Velociraptor? Definitely not a bear wearing a scaly suit. Worship the Islana, the Lady of Death. Should we have what should we have our Velociraptor worship? Fucking Zonkaton, the dark evil god. Should we have him worship Brifak? No, we'll give him an atheist as well. Just in case this messes with anything. I like the bear. Well, he's not a bear. He's a bear in a dinosaur suit. Damn it. We'll make it one word, then it'll fit. Definitely not a bear. There we go. There he is. Definitely not a bear. Why can't I make him an alchemist? I want to make him a winter witch. I want to give him a prestige class. Does he have more levels? What level is he? He's higher level than I am. He's got 21 hit points. I've only got 10. He's cheating. So I've only got 3. Hold on, if I open my spellbook. So I do prep them. Okay. So Kill Light Wounds is nice, so is Entangle. I probably don't really want Snowball. I probably instead want Magic Fang.
The dangers don't frighten me.
There we go, now I can actually rotate, and then it's tab to highlight stuff. What's over here? What's this? Oh, we can throw knives at these targets. Whack! We did it. Bullseye. Sir Barrington. It definitely is. Exactly. It's Sir Barrington in a fursuit. That's mine. There he is. Look at him. It's definitely not a bear. There's definitely no bear inside there. Maybe I should have named him definitely a bear. But no, he's up front. So Barrington is definitely a much more upfront kind of guy. He'll admit to you that he's not a bear. Or that he's a bear in a suit, I suppose. I think Curl is one of the characters you can talk to. They wanted me to drink the... I think that's over here. Oh yeah, they're offering up drinks to everyone in the city. That's nice. Oh, that's... Maybe we had too much to drink? Oh no. Some of them turned into bees. Well, that's worrying. This definitely looks a lot better than the last time I saw this cutscene. Looks quite nice, actually. Looks decently cinematic, I have to say. Oh, there's Terendelev, the dragon.
Discari, Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
Oh. That didn't go very well for Terendelev. It's a baby.
Discari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bang, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If fleeing's your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
I think Discari is one of the demon lords? I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Seen him somewhere before.
You owe me your life. I'm the one who found you outside the walls and brought you inside to be healed. I see they patched you up. Good thing they did it before the attack, or else you'd have been done for. You must have got a good drubbing around the head, friend.
Yes, he is a demon
Discari's
lord.
a demon lord. The most fearsome enemy of all crusaders, and all living things, come to think of it.
I always like these little hover over tooltips with more information about the world. I think that, yeah, the demon lords are the they rule different sections of the abyss, basically hell. I think, yeah, it's the specific layers of hell. It's a situation. Everything's on fire.
Crashing down around our ears. Place is crawling with demons. Looks like a whole army attacked the city.
Everything's gone to shit, basically. Can you give me a weapon? Oh, neat. I've got a light crossbow.
Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even. Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts.
It's a demon lord.
Behold, Ione. Behold the death I saw.
That's my character. I fell in the hole. Probably not. It looked like a pretty big hole.
The silver dragon Terendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
Oh. Ah, it's a good thing definitely not a bear followed us down. We'd be in trouble. Okay, let's tell me out of bug report. I'm good. Let's... oh, saving again. Let's explore.
No time for idling. Adventures are exciting. Oh, holy mother of...
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
I remember really not liking Sealer in this at all.
Wouldn't say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to...
Let's have the skills work.
Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Knowledge world and athletics, neither of which I'm very good at. Well, try and find something to use as a lever. See if we fail. Oh, I passed. Not bad. Freed them with a stick.
Look at you. It's good to meet someone who uses brains first and brawn second.
So that's whenever those little green things will pop up, it's the skill that I would be using to try and beat the check, and then the DC. If people can
Damn it all.
work that one out.
I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
Well, I'm Sela. Paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomade's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
So I believe the wardstones are... ah, yes. As you can see, this is what the wardstones are. But they're basically big magical pillars that are meant to stop the world wound from expanding. And the world wound is the big hole that has been torn in the surface of Galarian, connecting through to the abyss that all of the demons are coming up out of, that this crusade is trying to stop.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabres will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
I'm a traveller who just wound up here by chance, yeah.
Call me superstitious if you want, or maybe cynical. But I just don't believe in chance or coincidences.
How many stories around the tavern table have started with those very words?
Right enough. I have this habit, see? Anytime somebody starts yakking about blind chance, it always turns out that the thing was as far from a quirk of fate as you could want. Sorry, don't take it personal like. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent
She's
hands,
counting out.
2 clear heads.
She's counting out
and
definitely
1
not a bear.
That's
Rude.
mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the two of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon.
Yeah, there she is. Seela.
Sweet smile, a gentle voice,
Think.
and
Yeah, there we go.
kind
That's the
words
party
will help
composition.
you in their hearts.
Can
Fails, I'll use my sharp
I not
hands
custom
instead.
them? There we go. Put her up front. She's a decent tank. And back there, and I'll go there. It's close enough. We can head on off.
How cute!
Oh, there we go. My stuff has survived. Oh no, there's a cloak, flail, and some torches. Check our inventory. What do we got? Was it? It is an enchanted cloak. It should be. Maybe it'll tell us when we put it on. Perhaps not. Terendelev scale. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I don't know why we have that. I can actually give myself the crossbow
I'm
now,
not
though.
used to wearing stuff like this.
No, I can't equip a light crossbow. Do I not have any proficiencies? This is a little odd. Oh well. Let's... First off, I believe we should have some of the cantrip. Yes, there we go. Virtue, that's the buff. We've got daze, we've got light, we've got resistance, guidance, and flare. Do I not have...
A smile goes a long way.
Hold on. Druid proficiencies. Oh, I need a sling, I suppose. It's a little disappointing. But I don't quite have any
Is there trouble?
of the rest of it. Abilities. Mount companion. I can mount my Velociraptor if I want. We can ride Sir Barrington. Oh, definitely not a bear into battle. Oh yeah, there's the
Who's there?
shaman, I think she is. The fine apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you would be forgiven for thinking you were at a high society party, and not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body, so mutilated that at first glance it's hard to tell if it's animal or human.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Seela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev, I can't wrap my head around it.
Look at this man.
I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Daskari himself has come to Canabras. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Terendelev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now...
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose. Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier. And I also possess some knowledge of magic.
Oh, does she want to join us?
Certainly. Survivors should
Well, that
stick
makes
together.
sense.
It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
Yeah, I guess we're just
That's
gonna
right. It would
find
be
our way
Oh,
out of here, I
foolishness
suppose.
to
See if we can get back to the
Let's see if
surface.
this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to
Okay.
sound like a heart.
Just loot the boy. Okay, so she has Cure Light Wounds, which I suppose we can have her cast on herself. And I think she's prepared like the rest. I imagine... Okay, I'm still probably going to want to stay backline, so we'll turn it into that for now. See if we can go from there. Right, he's got a dagger, and that's it. Well, it's an attempt. Oh, it's a giant centipede.
Draw the first blood.
Ah yes, and now because of the update I have been able to turn it into turn-based mode, which is very good. Fortunately I can't really cast any of these spells, so... Use an Horizon, I could try and dazzle them. Tell you what, I'll see if I can't... Oh, okay, I can't daze that one, apparently. I could try and blind it, or just cast the light spell. Tell you what, we'll chuck that on, but I'll definitely not a bear. Give him some bonuses to hit. And all I have is my 5-foot step, so I'll move a bit back. And then end my turn.
And my brother were like, if he actually, the problem is actually no one to blame, and it's like he's gonna destroy the world. Fuck me out there.
I know it's a nice miss. So we can attack the young giant centipede, or the young giant centipede. We'll try and hit this one. I think we should go flanky, but well, killed it instantly with a single hit. Oh yeah, and then it'll do the second one. Very nice. Very good job. Move up, bash that one in the face. And hit it. Okay, yep. Definitely worth turn-based mode though. It's they have stated themselves that the game is not balanced around this version. It's balanced much more around it's balanced more around real time than turn-based, but I just personally much prefer turn-based combat. Just more enjoyable.
The heartbeat quickens.
Going to roll us an initiative and the giant fly one. That's unfortunate. So I'm trying to hit definitely not a bear. I will move away. See if I can't try and daze it. Sage. So we're going to go. With the crit, not bad. And then she still has a 5-foot, so we'll just end turn, then we need to change, and then we'll have good old definitely not a bear. Oh, Jesus! You fucking falcon kicked him into the stratosphere. Guess we're not going to be getting any loot from wherever that ended up.
This
Oh well.
is my
Let's keep
time
going. I do understand why people don't really like the turn-based because of the how much slower it can make the game, but well, because real-time with pause is arguably better for this version, given that you know, I don't have to sit through fighting every single one of these creatures. But I don't mind for this. I'm a little irritated that I don't have any of my weapons. I'm just gonna have to use like flare. I definitely don't think this is a class I would play in the full release.
Into the fray.
Oh, of course they're flat-footed because they want to turn you. So flat-footed is a condition which lowers your AC. I believe it prevents you from using your dodge modifiers to AC. What have we got here? We've got a forked tongue. Oh, interesting. So they've got ingredients now. Yes, I believe one of the stretch goals was crafting.
You are today's sacrifice.
Against our resolve.
So you'll move up and whack that one. And miss. Yeah. So they've definitely updated the AI, because in Kingmaker they would just run straight at whoever was immediately in front of them and never go past anyone. And it's definitely good that they have changed it, even if it is a little. Okay, I'm gonna delay. Choose a position. Yeah, well, delay after the centipede. See if we can get closer. I will just end my turn because I can't really do anything with my character at the moment. Okay, that's a nice little miss. So we'll go jab that one. I missed. Well, give it a go. Sealer, you bash its head in. There we go. Very nice. But this does definitely at least mean that we're not going to be making any mistakes, using any spells, doing anything like that. Of course, it's definitely overkill to be using turn-based on these kind of fights, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. Quick save here, just in case. Move up and start the combat. I'm not go fast, just heal Camellia even. Oh, nice, and she got to kill it. Very good. That one's got a... Oh, that's the spitting version. Okay, so we can... Okay, yeah, he's definitely got enough movement speed to get to there. Don't know what that run animation was. It was mildly amusing. Yes, she's going to be pretty slow because of her armor, unfortunately. That's one of the big things they have, where even if you're proficient in it and everything, you're just particularly slow when you move in, especially full plate. I'll just end turn on me. I'm useless, to be honest. Have her dash it but there.
I'll cut you wide open.
And then end her turn. Don't know why everyone seems flat-footed a lot of the time. There we go. Okay, we've got some braces of armor +1, not bad. Some gold and a light mace, which we'll keep, but we're not going to use. So I've already got some lucky braces. Lucky braces. There. AC. Actually, you know what? We'll give that to her. Which will drop our AC. Give to her. No, can she not wear it? If we equip ours, it'll go back up to 13 and 11. Can we not give her that?
Thanks, but no thanks.
Why can she not wear that? Oh, is that one exclusive to me? Yeah, I guess. Makes sense. I assume that one won't stack because it's an armor bonus. Yeah. Can I give it to my bear? Can I give it to the Velociraptor? I can! He can have the AC braces. Perfect. That makes flawless sense. Definitely not a bear is wearing his braces. It'll make him tougher. Actually, I think that makes him tankier than CeeLo at this point. So 21... almost. Definitely does a lot more damage then. Right, so now we can go in here and... Oh! Some more people.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize that you have never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man. The man notices you and freezes. The curling hair protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall.
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The woman looks just as strange as her companion, like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance. Her movements reveal the lethal grace of a wild predator.
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait, they might know what's going on up there.
Why should I tell you anything?
I just thought it might be nice to know why the roof was shaking. What happened on the surface has caused problems for us, and we need to fix them.
You tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the Underground Crusaders, the children of the Crusade's finest.
Sadly, Underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
Never heard of Underground
Canabras,
Crusaders
they're called
before.
mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
What is this
This
place?
is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short, our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else, and that our lives are not in vain.
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
What are they
That's
doing?
none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Sul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the Underground Crusaders to take up arms. If we get the Holy Sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
I'll tell them about
If
the
things are
demons.
as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabras. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Doesn't lead to the surface.
There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the Underground Crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
How did this sword end up
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
Yeah, I think we'll help them.
An
Might
extra
as well.
pair of eyes can only help.
And they'll help us get out, I think.
The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
The age is 20 where but when you're like 19.
This is the... To an unknown knife. The technique is crude, but the figure was clearly crafted with genuine feel.
What's that there?
What's in here? Oh, a copper ring worth 2 gold. An improvised museum.
Something.
There's 5 grinding stones. And in here there's 2 gems. Flawless.
What's that there?
More gems. More grinding stones. Bit of an odd museum if it's just filled with grinding stones and gems, but... Oh, there we go. We found the sword. Oh. Oh, okay. They've actually turned it into a proper little... one of the book segments now. That's good. Day 15, month Gosran. Year 4710. A strange flash pierces the groom, and Aslana feels drops of searing blood run down her chest. The wound healed by Terendelev reopens and weeps scarlet, but there is no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears. A cave chamber. This one, or another in one entirely? Aslana's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into her mind. Thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery. They betrayed me, trapped me, and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect. The people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are, up ahead in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I am about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet room. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I still have strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, Aslana intuits that she can control them somehow. let's try and heal the girl. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before Aslana. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, "Lariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said you and the other warriors of heaven would be leading us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true?" The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster, like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colourful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword, a majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet but his voice ringing clear. "Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back." "Then don't waste your strength healing me," the girl whispers. "Your mission is more important. You take care. It is near." Then, in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirruping and rustling emanates from the shadow. The sound piercing like hot irons, lancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. The yawning chest wound burns white hot. Aslana's head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is. The person called Lariel who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. I think we'll try the will save. We're definitely much better on that. But Aslana is determined to fight off the illusion. We succeed. Oh, it's Bug Boy again. The force of the attack, though originating in the vision, is terrifying. But Aslana is stronger. She shakes off the pain and torpor. But alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in this strange vision or memory. But the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Discari, the terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they call Lariel. The foolish angel struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off, intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from a quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old and quavering. Where is your goddess, angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? A strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Aslana senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts diminishing like a river running dry. The last thing she hears is this. "You will kill me, monster. This I know. But one day someone will come here and raise up my sword. They will raise it up and..." Or say save and protect the innocent. It will be a good little two-shoes. The vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colours. Aslana does not hear the final words, but she seems to contemplate the thought, taking it to heart. The words fly from her lips, and with them, something else. The heat blazing in Aslana's chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Aslana sees the flaming sword in her hand, or rather, its outline, the memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes, and the light is drawn into her hand. Aslana senses that it will return. All she need do is call it. And so that, I think, is when you... So, the way the Mythic's Path work is you basically have to unlock the one you want to select by doing specific things in the prelude before you finally commit to one. And this is the situation that basically unlocks the Angel version.
That's why I felt so hard when I went over Demon's hair. I couldn't say that.
That was it. The light of heaven. But how?
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died.
That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it. And now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Now, Wendoag, don't be a sore loser. She is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before her, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because she doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier. It's only us here, your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven that sort of got, sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kinda need it. Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous, and when I'm upset, and when I'm happy. Anyway, what I said, it came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Sol. You can show everyone the light of heaven, we'll rally the tribe and go into the maze, and we'll get back our kin.
And what if she can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us.
Seems I can control it. My magic sword.
That is just... wow, I mean, that's amazing! Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more... golden? Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras. Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
But there's loot.
What do we have here?
Yep, so that's... yeah, this will be a mobility check, which I think we can have the bear do, because he's the best. So now everyone has protection from evil? Oh, right, that'll be because of the sword, I suppose.
How cute!
There we go, that'll be our formation.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Oh, is there some big old spiders? Look, sweetie, big spiders.
Go for their hearts.
Alright, let's see how this goes. No, you're just tired. You're usually a bit weird when you're tired. Yeah, I think you're just tired. You're normally weird when you're tired. In a good way. Okay, so this is... So he's a... I think he's a monk archer, like a Zen archer is what they're called. So he's got his own... Okay, so this is a feat, I think, or an ability. Okay, before you make your attack, you can roll your attack roll twice and take the higher result. Okay, so it's basically advantage.
Make every strike count.
Oh, nice. Windowag, I think, also uses a bow. Yes.
They'll beg me to stop.
Very nice. Pew-pewed them to death. Combat log. Okay, there we go. I hope everyone enjoys these snail crawl slow fights with some flies. Why won't she full action? Am I missing something? She's got coup de grace, charge. Maybe she doesn't have enough attacks to do. Oh yeah, because she won't have her iterative attacks yet. Makes sense, I suppose. In turn, my little Velociraptor bear will hack him to pieces. Okay, yeah, bye. So she has, what, a broken leg? Ah, well, I don't know. We're good, we still haven't taken any damage. That's, oh, we got a caustic mold and a bezoar. That's, I don't know. A rock. We got a rock and a mushroom. Truly, we are rich beyond our wildest dreams. What's over here? Why is there a mobility over here? Where's that going to take me? I don't know if that's the right way, and I want to explore. We're going to go explore. That's our goal.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Quick save.
Endure this.
Right. That delay is a little irritating. And I can shoot.
You apart.
The ones I buy, or like, handcuffs.
The spirits demand your blood.
Nice. I don't know why they keep ragdolling all the way everywhere. It's rather mildly amusing to watch. Oh, it's over there. I just didn't see it around the corner. Right, well, that's not gonna... Yep. That one's on me. That one going to spit, or is it gonna... Nope, it's gonna melee, my boy. No! Okay, I move there, I think. And take a shot. There we go. Very nice. Skeleton.
I'll share my path.
The light. Take you. No match for me.
Okay, so she's already done that one, so she can't... Weird. They keep trying to go for my poor bear. Why is this... Hold on. He attacks and misses. Target's armor class is 21. Why did it say versus 13? Oh, because it has the bonuses. Okay. The weird delay between the attack and the thing is very strange. Very nice. Ooh, some secret goods. Oh, Masterwork Greatsword, a light shield, and a karma. Okay. Seems that the voice might be at the end. Wendara glances at Lan, who is fixing his slipped bow string, and quickly walks over to you. Her cat-like eyes glow from beneath her hood. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are or where you come from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you, don't show the light of heaven to Sol. They want to save the kids? I do want to, but I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Sol is hesitant, and for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lan's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone if I have to and find them, or whatever's left of them, without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only my own life. You and your friends, you can come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of the maze together and find the way out to the surface. Lan ensures the light should be shown. Lan, Wendara grimaces, and a guttural husky snarl unfurls in her throat. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me, it sounds like suicide. The worst part is that the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where he leads. She considered them to be great warriors, the descendants of great warriors. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness, that we are strong and can do many things. That's why we were chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves and another to fight in the shield maze. Wenderwag leans closer. Her pupils dilate. I've been there. I spent my whole life training so I can make it through all the way to the end. There were more of us trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? That's what we thought. But we weren't prepared. The maze isn't just a physical challenge, it's cunning and full of traps. It's dark as the primordial night, and if you close your eyes and listen, you hear whispers right behind you, and soft singing in the distance that seems to rise and fall with the beating of your heart. I had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again. And it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze with no idea where they're going, all because Lamb believes that a glowing sword will solve our problems. I'll think about it. Wenderwag nods. Don't show the chief the light, and I'll leave you through the maze to the surface. I swear it. Is that going to end before I... Oh, okay, no. Okay. Doesn't make me leave immediately. That's something. We can return and do the little weird dexterity check that we saw. Which I think was back here. You can get across.
The mongrel did it.
Good job, Lan. You brought us to more spiders.
I don't tolerate threats.
And some loot, I hope. Let's go whack him in the face. The delay is just a little odd. You know what? I'm going to mount. Oh, he's not big enough.
Working. That's mean.
Just end the turn. There's nothing I can really do with my character outside of spells at this point. So we'll pew that one. Nearly dead. Okay. We can have a move over here, I think. Rush that one. Very nice.
You won't survive
Move
me.
up. Not that much damage, actually. Move over here. And then turn. It's probably go for the Velociraptor. Yeah, really missed.
The Inheritor, guide my
She missed.
blade.
God damn it, that was a terrible miss. Can she... So she should have lay on hands. Oh no, maybe that's level 2. I will heal up Seela. That can actually be useful. Okay, for 3 hit points. How wonderfully strong. 6 hit points. Go on, get him. Nice. see, what have we got? We've got a wand of cure light wounds, some coins, and edible moss. Tell you what, I'm going to give myself the wand, so that I can actually be useful in combat. Get across the rubble.
Yeah, you're wrong.
So a quick save, and then to Neatholm. Oh, you don't want to forget that padded armor. Okay, so I think this is the town. So these are more of the Mongols. Oh, there we go. Your first impression of the mongrel village is of a squalid dump, with the odours to match. Unblinking, glowing eyes watch you from the gloom, and deformed shadows slope between the huts. You see some mongrels gutting white, eyeless fish, while others are preparing fishing nets. All the signs of normal village life, but tense expectation hangs in the air. A heavy-set, aged mongrel slowly shuffles his way towards you. The hair on his head grows in limp, wispy strands, and his face has a distinctly rat-like appearance with pronounced teeth, and you hear a rattling sound in his chest with every breath he takes. One of his eyes is white, fully scarred by cataracts, while the other gleams with moisture. Uplander sheh, end time sharp on us indeed. Chief Sol, we found the Angel's Sword, and we found the one who can wield it. Lamb points at you. She had a vision, and now the Angel's Sword is somehow inside her? Gather the tribe, anyone who can hold a weapon. The young ones are still alive, we can go save them. Sol raises his hand with ragged, broken fingernails. Ah, Lan. Always streaming, always talking. You're too hasty for your own good. It's going to get you in trouble. Sol eyes you up and down. An uplander with the light to heaven. That's too good for us. Our kind don't have good things happen. There's always a catch. Lan trusts people because he likes to believe. Isn't that right, Lan? I'm the chief, and I don't work on faith. Show the light. Wendoak stares at you intently, like a cat watching a bird, and shakes her head in warning. Is there someone else from the surface here? Sol points off to the side. There he is, hale and hearty and prim as a peacock. Just like me. Sol laughs, but quickly returns to business. It's not good. Too many uplanders. It's not good. It's not right. What are you up to here? You're not one of us. We're not your kind. When the time comes, we'll come to you, not you to us. Do we want to reveal the light of heaven? Hide it, or just tell them they can quit hoping? Oh, well, I already clicked on that one. Now they can quit hoping. At last, someone's talking sense. You don't understand. It's holy light. It will scare off the monsters that dwell in the maze. Lan drops his voice. Listen, I don't personally believe in this angelic light, but Sol does. Show him. It won't cost you anything. Shall we show him? Might as well. We want to help these people, if it'll make them help us. There you go. Look, I've got a shiny yellow sword. The heavenly flame flares to life at your unspoken command. Bright, pure, dancing with multicoloured sparks, like a sunbeam passing through stained glass. The mongrels abandon their tasks and stare, transfixed. The light is bright, but not blinding. It is warm, but its warmth is soul deep. Sol is silent for a while. Tears are streaming down his wide, pale face, but the old man doesn't even care to wipe them away. So it's true. The angel did not forsake us. No, he came back, Back from the dead he came to save our children. Lang gives you a nod of thanks. The scaled half of his face is indifferent, but the human half is visibly relieved, as if he wasn't sure all this time that you would support him. Wendawag hisses at you like an angry cat. See these fishermen and these hunters? These husks of men and women? Their blood will be on your hands. Say nothing. You don't even know what to say to that, do you? You're a coward, another murderer of innocents. You always think the worst, Wendy. We're not on our own in this anymore, we've got allies. Well, a couple at least. But one good fighter's worth 10 bad ones. You have the right of it, Lan, but we're neithers. We're going to wait. I sent a messenger to summon all the tribes. It will take time, yes, but they will all come. They will all come for the light. Wait, Lan. Wait, Uplanders. Rest a while in one of our huts. Our home is your home. Lan sighs. Alright, Chief. Understood. Let's hope that a few hours isn't the difference between life and death for those kids. If they ask me what took us so long, I'll tell them it was your decision. Wendawag only grits her teeth in silence. So now we've levelled. I think we might go through the levelling experience and then probably end it there, because that should push us over into 2 hours. So I think we'll level. We'll probably level. Explore this area. We'll tell you what. We'll explore this area, loot what we can. Then we'll level up, and then I think we'll rest and then call it for tonight. I think, but I do hope people have had fun. Hope everyone here has been enjoying it. It's, I think it's a pretty fun game. I don't know how well it fits streaming. I would actually be curious to see what people think. Is it a fun game to watch, or is it not very? Is it boring? I don't know. Finally, someone from the surface. I was beginning to lose hope to see someone. An elderly man in expensive but not ostentatious clothes approaches you. His face is peppered with several healed cuts and bruises, and twisted in an expression of extreme discomfort. Well, thank you very much. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Horgus Gwyrm. Yes, that Gwyrm. You no doubt have heard of me if you spent any time at all in the city. I have a business proposition for you. I don't know who you are. Who are you? You truly are freshly arrived in the city, though. You couldn't have picked a worse time, that's for certain. Only just arrived and the city's been razed to rubble. You should know that you are looking at one of the richest and most distinguished men in Kenabres. I may not be as well known as certain swaggering loudmouths who spend their lives traipsing from one ball to the next, but the Gwyrm Trading Company is one of the pillars of the city. I'll have you know. Did you see the marquees in the square? I paid for those. Tried any festival delicacies? You have Horgus Gwyrm to thank for that. How did he end up here? For a moment, Horgus's eyes focus on Camellia before his gaze returns to you. Like everyone else, down I went when that accursed beetle cleaved the ground in twain beneath our feet. I'm lucky I didn't break my neck in the fall, and I'm doubly lucky that I didn't encounter any subterranean cockroaches on my blind wanderings, and instead came across hunters from this settlement. Although I must say that when I first glimpsed their physiognomies, my life flashed before my very eyes. But they turned out to be decent chaps, frightening to look at, but able to keep a bargain. What kind of business proposition? I don't know what is happening on the surface right now, but I am determined to find out. You have no intention of seeking out the rest of your days in this village, I suspect. We must find a route back to the surface, to the city, if there's anything left of it. You look like you've spent your entire life surviving in the wilderness. I can't think of a better recommendation in the current situation. You are strong, and will be no trouble to you. But I, alas, am not as fit as I once was. I can't go crawling about through caves, playing at scouts. My proposition is simple. Lead me back to the city, and I shall pay you 1,000 gold coins. I suggest we help this man. It is good to have friends among the Kenabres elite. 2,000 gold. Aha! Horgus's gaze is piercing. Are you taking advantage of my dire circumstances? Exactly. Of course I exploited him. It's the best thing to do. Why would you not? Are you taking advantage of my dire circumstances? Very well, make it 2,000. We can then money first. I would gladly pay in advance, but all my wealth is up on the surface. Fear not, the word of a Gwyrm is worth more than platinum. Ask anyone. Horgus Gwyrm has never reneged on a deal. He's going to try and scam me, isn't he? Look at him. Look at his slimy little face. Right, fine, deal. Well, then I'm going to find a way out anyway. We have to go. Go on, go on. Don't forget our agreement. When you find the way out, be sure to tell me. From what I remember, I don't think you actually have to tell him, which is probably good, because, you know, that would be one hell of a boring quest. You know, get all the way out and waddle back down into the cave to let him know you found the way out.
It's my time to shine.
More shit to steal. There we go. So what? Oh, this map is a nightmare sometimes. So what do we got? We got... So that... Is that the way I went? No, I did go up here. Okay. So I think we'll head over this way. Yeah, we'll loop round, make our way to the tent. We'll level up before we get in. We can probably check on Olivia. Yeah, what she's doing. One with the broken leg, if you remember. This tragedy may not have happened if you'd spent less time surveilling honest citizens and more time tracking the real spies and demon worshippers. Oh, brilliant idea. How come I didn't think of it? Now, if only the cultists would tell us they were cultists, then we wouldn't have to waste time investigating honest citizens who decide to go all cloak and dagger right under our noses. August and Anivia sit some distance apart, sniping at one another in an idle fashion that testifies to their long acquaintance and mutual dislike. When they notice you, they quickly fall silent. What's the bad blood between them about? It's an old matter. Miss Terabade here had the notion of spying on me, then of rummaging through my goods. I ask you, do I look like a cultist? Cultists don't tend to look like cultists, you know, that's kind of the whole problem. And you, Mr. Guam, built a whole secret operation of buying and smuggling into the city. What was it? Oh, yeah, magical weapons. How was I supposed to know that all the rigmarole with middlemen was so you could anonymously donate supplies to the crusade? Don't you see, I have a reputation to uphold, one that I value most highly. August Worm is a hard-nosed businessman, not a good fairy from a tale. Yes, I care about my city. Yes, I wish to see that its defenders, my defenders, were well-fed, healthy, and well-armed. But to make these donations openly was unthinkable. I might as well hang a sign outside my door, waking in every sponger, leech, and parasite in this city. I appreciate your help for the crusade. No jokes, you're an alright bloke. But carrying on secret dealings in a city that's teeming with cultists is a huge pain in the backside for us lot whose job it is to keep an eye on that sort of thing. That was her leg. The girl scrunches up her nose. Well, it hasn't fallen off yet, so that's good. They bandaged me up all nice and smeared some stinking stuff on the wound, so it looks like I'm going to live. They said wait a day and I'll be right as rain, so I'm waiting. What do we think's happening in the city? Perhaps the city is no more. If Tascari himself appeared, there's no telling how bad things are. Can you hold off on writing our obituaries just yet? The city's full of fighters, and besides that, it's barely a stone's throw from Neurosian. I think our people will hold on, long enough for reinforcements to come from the Queen. This ain't Tascari's home turf. He's going to have to retreat or else fight off the whole Mendavian army. What do you think of the Mongols? I thought they were just a story, the sort of thing drunks in the taverns would come out with. Now I discover that it's true. Well, what can I possibly think of them? The poor creatures are most unfortunate, with their faces and their minds so deformed. It's a miracle they're even alive. The part that boggles my mind is that they're descendants of the first Crusaders. All these years they've been living beneath our feet, in caves, in the dirt. If I'd known the legends about them were true, I'd have dedicated my life to getting them out of this place. To what end? The people of Canterbury would have stoned them on sight, and Prelate Hulrun would have had them tossed on the pyre en masse. Whatever the ills of this place, it is their home. How long do you think they would have survived on the surface? What are you going to do when you get back to the surface? I'm going to go home. Last I knew, I owned a very fine mansion. I shall see if it's still standing, or if I am now homeless. I'm going to find Erebeth. She's my wife, and leader of the Eagle Watch. As long as she lives, she won't allow Canterbury to fall. I'm going to go. Go on, then, and don't dilly-dally. The sooner we get out of here, the likely we are to find some people still alive up there. Take care of yourself.
How cute!
That's a diary. Ah, okay, so she's the vendor. Let's grab the rest of the stuff, and then we will head back to her. So that's the tent we can rest in. If we grab this, we've got a shiny chitin. More crafting stuff. I'm not entirely sure how the crafting menu works, because it definitely wasn't in when I played in the alpha. Oh, okay. Glad to hear you had fun. and I will hopefully see you here again soon. You there! A tall woman with a face deformed by an enormous swelling smiles broadly at you, showing off her double row of small, sharp teeth. You from the surface. You must be tough to make it all the way here. Never thought I'd see the day. Called me Dyra. Let's trade. Who are you? The people around here call me all sorts. Dyra the Hoarder, Dyra the Coin, Dyra the City Girl. Like that's a bad thing, haha. I trawl the caves picking up all kinds of things from the surface. Oh, okay. Oh, you craft while resting? Oh, right, so what? Do you know what sort of things you can craft? Anyway, that wash down here through your sewers. I trade all kinds of junk for food and clothes, but only part with my best finds for coins. Scrolls and potions. Makes sense. Okay, I can't wait to try that out when I rest them. I'll have to make sure not to sell any of it. Although I don't know if I have the tools, that's a problem. Anyway. Got no coins? Forgot what money is? Well, then I have no use for you. If you want city goods, you need to pay for them with gold, like city folk. Oh, okay then. Do you have to buy them somewhere else, or do you just get them somewhere? Ah, okay, you have to buy them. Okay. Why is she so eager to trade with me? Because everybody here are just like animals now. Dyra yells with a surprising anger, before being overcome with coughing. Wiping her mouth, she continues. Our forefathers living in the city, like you. Our people love to reminisce about armies, knights, crusades, but I could care less about that. Savages with clubs can fight a war. Only civilized folk can buy and sell. They've all forgotten what trading is. They've forgotten the value of gold. They barter hides for plant roots and go on about the feats of the crusaders. Who cares about them? I don't need help remembering. I have coins and I have things to sell. Now let's trade like proper city folk. I like this one. I hope they become a recurring character. Hold on. Is that the one that's sell all your crap? No, it's not. Oh, wasn't there a button for selling all your garbage? Ah, yep, offer. There we go. Ah, thank you. Yep. Managed to figure it out right at the exact time you said. I think we'll keep the torches just in case. Do we want to? We don't really want the dagger. Apparently I can't use crossbows. We'll keep the ingredients. Get rid of the great sword and the karma and the shield. You know, get rid of all of this. Don't really need it. We'll keep all the rest of it. And then let's see. What is she selling? Thick pads. So that's a. Okay, so that's a +1 padded armor. Okay, and it like stops them attacking. Interesting. More braces of armor. Some potions. Quiver of cold iron's not bad. Would activate all the options. Ah, okay. Non-magical and masterwork. Okay. And that would chuck everything over. Ah, makes sense. That's just best for, I guess, chucking everything off. Pretty cool then. Quiver of cold iron ammunition. Do I want that one? 200. It's 20 charges though. You know what, we'll leave it for now I suppose, just get the money. Keep it stocked up for when we go to the surface, we can get some nice stuff later. So, I think we will level up, rest, and then call it for the day. Where was the tent? There it is. There we go. Right, let's start with me. That'll be the easiest one. Obviously chuck it back into Druid. Oh, there we go. Reselect it. So I think we'll just get some spells at this level. Get our skill points with the Persuasion, Perception, and Law and Nature. And we now have another one. What do we chuck it in? Trickery, maybe? Let's go for Knowledge. Well, that'll do. And then complete. Okay, and then we'll make sure to do our spell book. Don't want to forget that. I think Magic Fang will be fine. Stone Fist. But then we don't really want that because we still need that one. Summon Nature's Ally. Oh, we do actually have to prepare that. Okay, yeah, we'll do that one just because it's Summons Nature's Ally. We'll stick with you. Yep, don't think so.
It's a lot less in dollars than in euros. So what they got to change how much stuff on whether you base.
Actually, let's do an acid bomb. We're going to buff the Velociraptor, I think. We'll just play with Velociraptor boy.
We will win.
Sealer, we'll keep a paladin, I suppose. So she'll get some skill points. We'll ignore that one. So she's not really good at those ones. Give her some points into that. Give her some knowledge skills. I don't know. I'm not going to use Sealer very much. I just don't really like her that much. Okay, now she gets Lay on Hands. She obviously doesn't have any spells yet, right? Yep. So, Camilla, who I believe is a shaman. Yep, a spirit hunter. So, we give her the trickery, because I remember using her as the rogue an awful lot. Stealth with a +2. That's why would you start with a rank in that? Give her a law religion, because she's got decent wisdom. Ah, okay. Now we pick a hex. Do we want a buff or a diva? Paladin and the enemies are evil. Yeah, she's good, mechanically. I just find her really annoying as a person, to be honest. I don't know, maybe. We'll see what the team turns out to be. I just find she's a bit too eagerly earnest paladin. Let's see, what do we want? Secrets. Oh, that's metamagic feats. Slumber, ward, hampering hex. Okay, so that makes them worse. Interesting. Chant. Chant as a move action. So Evil Eye, Fortune, Fury, or Misfortune is extended by 1 round. Oh. I do quite like Evil Eye. Yeah, we'll take Evil Eye and then pick up Chant later. One of the most mentally stable companions. Yeah, I would not be surprised. She's just a bit too... I don't know. She's a bit too big, dumb, lawful good. That's the impression I've always gotten from her. Not your cup of tea, her? Yeah, like, she's not bad. I definitely don't dislike her. I just find her boring and a little annoying, to be honest. Not hated, though. But as I said, we'll see. I can't quite remember if there's another good frontliner, but if there is, we'll probably swap her out. Just because it's not, yeah, as you say, not really my cup of tea. Anyway, what do we got? So now we'll get more of the Zen monk stuff. He's got decent strength, actually, which I did not expect. We'll give him the stealth, though, and I think ability. Slice shot. Do we want that one? Rapid shot. Why is it not recommended? This is just frontliners in tank. Yeah, generally frontliners in tank. Basically anything that can swap what would be her role. Rachel might be okay. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for how it works. I might, just end up having to use her anyway. Which is definitely not the end of the world, but we will see. And do we want to go for them? Yeah, just in case we'll get precise shot. I know you can get flanked a lot. With a longbow. You can use longbows, right? No proficiencies. What do you get from the effect strikes? Oh, there we go. Yeah, he is proficient with longbows, and longbows are going to be better than shortbows. Okay, so that's that. I think he does have a longbow, right? He should do. Yep. And then her, who, if I remember correctly, is not going to stick around that long. Given I haven't picked the correct choice, and I'm definitely not playing the kind of character that would keep her around. Just give her athletics then, I don't really care. She's not going to show up much. Do we want to give her weapon focus on longbow? Yeah, there we go. Bravery, what does that one do? Oh, bonus to will saves. And now we can upgrade your boy. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, right, that's just his... Oh, that makes more sense. Animal companion, speed. Okay, so he gets evasion. We'll give him more points in mobility and stealth. Stealth's very good. This is definitely not a bear. Actually, weapon focus with bite or claw. I believe he primarily has 2 claws and a bite. If I, no, that's Lan. Yeah, he's got the talon, which I'm assuming is a claw. Does he not have the bite as well? Trip, bite attack. Okay, I don't know where any of that is. Remember her being a lion? Yeah. She definitely seems considerably more intelligent than Lan does. Well, that's a bit mean to Lan. Lan's not that stupid, but she's definitely more. I've done the alpha chapter, which is up to the retaking of the city, as both a oracle angel and a wizard lich. And on the oracle, I took Lan, and he was all right. You know, I don't dislike him, but he was decent. And then on the lich, I took Wendwag, and she was actually quite just, I don't know, interesting. She definitely fits as an evil companion very, 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 very well. Which I like. It's nice. Means that your companions can actually fit without being complete and utter psychopaths. Okay, we're giving that one, and I guess claw? Are the talons a claw, or are they other... Hold on, I'm going to look this up quickly, just to make sure I'm not making the wrong choice. Oh, okay, so they might actually be different. Well, that's... Oh, fair enough. Is there something else for... I'm definitely going to, either at another stream, or potentially in my own free time, do another Lich playthrough, because I only ever got up to when you retake the city and everything, and you get your first pick of becoming something. I'd be quite interested to see more of hers, but I hope it doesn't just end poorly. I guess other natural weapons is what that counts as? This is what I'm a little confused by. I don't really know what the talons count as. Talon one-handed slashing. Depends what poorly in your opinion. She's an interesting character. Okay. No, we'll quick save and just double check just in case. So she's definitely interesting. Well, that's good. I'm definitely curious about it, at least. We try other natural weapons, and then complete, and then 1 to 4 damage in the beginning of the character. Deck is +6. Bad decks. Okay, so that didn't work. So if I reload that, I'm definitely now pretty curious, and I'm almost sad that I'm going to end up taking Lan instead now. Because I remember Lan wasn't bad, as I said, but he's a bit simple. So is this supposed to count as a claw? Okay, yep, now it counts as a claw. Okay, I'm just confused. With his story, honestly, never that far, to be fair. I haven't really seen all of them yet. So I imagine it's the kind of thing where I'll see more. They'll probably get more interesting later on, I would imagine. But again, not too far, still only to that point. Still only to the same... the time I took Lan with me was during the alpha, so I only got through to taking Dresden again, and planting the banner and everything. Anyway, we'll take the rest. The messenger returned. The tribes are gathering at the entrance to the maze. Our people have already gone there. I've already warned Anivia and that old guy who won't even acknowledge me. Take your time. There's no rush. The most important people always show up late. Everything's going to plan, but one thing's bothering me. Wendabag's gone. All the tribes, a whole army is marching. By Mongol standards, yes. But don't be too disappointed. When you see the reality, there aren't many of us who can hold a weapon. Oh, don't be too disappointed when you see the reality. There aren't many of us who can hold a weapon, and fewer still who can do any damage with one. What do you think happened to Wendaway? He shakes his head. I don't know. She was always stubborn. Maybe she decided she could do it all on her own. I hope she comes back. We'll struggle without her, and she'll struggle without us, no matter how hard she tried to deny it. What about Anivia and Horgus? Are we just going to leave them here? Once we've cleared the maze, the way ahead will be safe. Anivia is in no state to fight, and that Horgus guy, he doesn't look like he'll shift an inch unless we roll out a red carpet all the way to the exit. Sure, the maze is the only way to the surface. There was another passage, the one I used with my dad when we left and then came back. The chief back then, he found it and filled it in. To stop anybody else going against the ancestors' wishes. But what the ancestors wanted was for everyone to go through the maze. Not sure of anything right now, but we don't have a choice. We can only go forwards. There were other passages, but they're far from here. And with all these earthquakes, who knows what condition they're in now. So our best bet is the maze. If it doesn't lead anywhere, then we can consider our next move. Let's go. Let's go. Before we do, thank you. I was so happy I forgot to thank you before, but you've done something no one else has in a long time. You've given the Mongols hope. It's like we're starting to believe that we're worth something, now that we have the power of the angels on our side. Lan's face grows sullen. It won't change anything, of course, but at least you'll help us save the young ones. Hopefully. Let's go through the main gate. Straight road is the shortest. Through the main gate, which actually is over there. Okay.
What was that?
So I think... Oh, I'll have to resort the entire party again, won't I? I think that will be it for now then. I hope everyone had a good time watching it, and I'm not sure when we'll do this again, but if people have enjoyed it, then I'd be more than happy to stream it again, continue on with this one, or eventually start another one. But I think we will stick with this one, see what we can get through. I'm excited to try out the other Mythic Paths. I'm thinking Azata for this one, maybe Trickster. I don't know, they all seem really interesting, other than Demon, which seems a bit boring. But, well, I hope everyone enjoyed it, and yeah, feel free to leave a follow if you want to be alerted when we next do it. I don't have a proper... laters maybe. Yeah, we don't have a proper schedule yet, but if at all, maybe next week, I'll ping any other places if you picked up from there, but we'll see. So, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and see you next time.